What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. John Sinclair TV back again. I got Alareed for Saudi Arabia. What are you telling me, Alareed?
How are the lads? Well, thank you, John, for having me in this great platform you have.
Absolutely.
And I need to tell you this: I have great people here in Saudi Arabia enjoying and always watching your shows.
Thank you very much indeed. And what is our lead? Yeah, we need some Saudi mags as well from your end as well. I hope people in Saudi Arabia watching me channel as well, supporting me and Alareed's channel and all major platforms as well. And guys, if you like the video and like what you see, please like and subscribe. Also, super chats are open, and if you'd like to become a member, it's just 99p. And you've got some house rules as well. And people who haven't joined before, please remember to keep comments respectfully. No all mods, no caps or duplicates, no discussing or promoting other channels unless given permission by me. Allow mods to mod while you enjoy the show. Thank you very much. And you go for some comments as well. Hi to Leslie. Any questions for Alareed, fire away, and he'll be happy to answer your questions. And thank you, Les. Hi to Mighty Mag. I hope you're fine. And when we're closer to the new season, also CPL of hot transfer rumors getting kicked about. We've been linked to so many names. I lost count already. And big up to Cenk from Cyprus. Big up to Truls. I hope you're okay, mate, from Norway. And hi to everyone in the chat as well. Big up to Alan as well. Hope you're fine, mate, and hope you're absolutely good. And yeah, so what we do, Alareed, we've got Champions League football finishing 4th. If it just gives a little break off your breakdown on Newcastle United season so far, how do you feel?
Well, it was a really amazing season, and if you remember, John, last year we were talking about relegation, and now happily we are talking about Champions League. We're very excited for transfers. This season was very, very hard, really. And big shout for Eddie Howe and the team and the management of Newcastle. They really make us a team proud of, regardless the obstacles we had. We had this journey together this year, and we reached the final of Carabao Cup, and the atmosphere in London was amazing. And I think in the maybe let's say at Arsenal game, the one we lost, unfortunately, but we play very good. We feel that when we look to the table, that wow, we really have a chance to go to Champions League, and we got ahead of Liverpool and Chelsea and Tottenham. We had points from Manchester City, we had points from Arsenal, we had points from Chelsea. We take all the points from Tottenham. It's just Liverpool, but I promise Liverpool fans, we will have a lot of points of you next season. Really excited, really happy for transfers, and why I said big shout for Eddie Howe. We have great players, but maybe 14 or 15 players only. They did the hard job in this season. We have injuries, we have some situations, but regardless of that, we really went forward. And we went to 3rd place, and now we get the 4th place, no problem. But I'm really, I think in Newcastle, if we get the real players, the right players, I think we can go for title next season.
Wow, I mean, Alareed said we could be fighting for a title charge next season
if we have right players.
Yes, absolutely. And if you go 8 points clear, unlike Arsenal, we will not bottle it at all whatsoever. Big up to Stephen Missy from Detroit. I hope you're okay. And we do global bags as well. So if you fancy coming on one day, let me know. And hi to Kamal MK. I hope you're fine, and I hope you're having a lovely weekend. Again, Kamal, you're from Bahrain. Fancy coming on for a global chat? Let me know. Thank you for the couple of days. Cool. I have a feeling we will go for Madison, Barnes, and 2 that aren't at their level. And since we are in the Champions League, except for Mad, the others won't be good enough, in my opinion. I think Harvey Barnes is a really good player. He really, really is. I'm a fan of him as well. Market value, 32 million quid, by the way. And we're going to talk about that, sure, very, very soon. Yeah, so did you expect us to be in the top 4 this season? What was your expectation for this season? Was it like a top 8 finish and a cut run? Was it top 10 a cut run? Or just happy?
I expected to go to Champions League. I expected to take a Champions League spot at the beginning of the season. But in the transfer window, in the winter, I was really a little bit disappointed because we just get Gordon, and I feel that we really need midfield player, and we sell John Joe Shelby, so we lost a player, and that we should having an extra player. But thank God that we really could do it. Regardless, Liverpool, great performance at the end of the season. I'm just happy that we beat the club.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I mean, Eddie Howe's done a wonderful job as well. I mean, he's come in, and I've got to be honest, I mean, I didn't expect him to do it, because I tell you what, he should be manager of the season in my book. But at the end of the day, I think he got absolutely done by, really done by. And we've got one here from, let's have a look at this one from Tama.
Yes.
Big up to you, Tama. Hope you're okay, mate. And welcome to the show as well. And Ali's friend. And Barnes okay for the Prem, but Champions League I don't think is, but that's only my opinion. Big up to PD Proudlock. Hi to you, Pete. Hope you're well. The Subside and Tinny Rooms are getting interesting. Yes, they are. I've done a transfer show on them Thursday. We spoke about the Subside, and he looks a real talent. That lad is fantastic. Hi to Jules. I hope you're good. And hey to pick again. We've got one here from Newcastle. Look at Turkish player Arda Güler. We're going to talk about him on the next transfer show. So keep eyes peeled for that, people. And doing names that kicking about USA, that there's our owners flexing the financial muscle and smashed the window. Yep, they're going to spend massive this season. Can you see us spending massive this season, Ali? Can you see Newcastle going out there, make some noise, and say, right, you know what? We're going to spend bigger and let's go for the title.
Yes, actually, this season by Eddie Howe really did a great job regarding putting a personality into the team. Newcastle now have personality, and I think now Newcastle play. I know that if you remember, John, Eddie Howe said earlier last year that he is a fan of a club tactics of Liverpool, and I believe he did better than a club. Just we need 3 or 4 great names.
Yeah.
The comment by Saudi fan, he asking about the transfers, and really I wish, for example, if you ask me which player we want to get, I really want to have Osimhen from Napoli and Barella from Inter Milan, and I think if we have these two, I think we are good to go for next title race.
Well, Osimhen has got a market value of £130 million, yeah, and he can choose. He can have the pick of his clubs as well, from bigger clubs of Bayern Munich, PSG, Man City, Arsenal. You know, Real Madrid. He can pick any clubs in the world, and yeah, it is what it is, man. So, what are the fan base like up in Saudi Arabia? Is it growing fast? Is it still the same? Is it getting bigger?
Growing very fast, and they are very excited. And we have a group. We have something new in WhatsApp. I don't know if this is available in Newcastle and England. There is something called WhatsApp, not just normal WhatsApp group. It's called WhatsApp Society. It can be joined by more than 5,000 fans.
Wow.
I just started it, and I already have about 600. And we have a group called 24 Hours Newcastle, and it can't stop. And we have gathering in VOV, which is a sponsorship of Newcastle, and they have a big screen to watch the games, and we're going for every game and gathering there. And last game, Leicester City game, I recall we have like 140 fans to watch this game. So comparing to last year, you can multiply by 6 or 7 times.
Wow. I tell you, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger as well. And let's hope long may it continues, because we have a big fan base in Saudi Arabia, and that is fantastic. And afternoon to Gareth, hope you're good. And let's say, wow, great news. Alarid's absolutely right. And let's hope we're just going to get bigger and bigger worldwide. I want to go to Australia, America, Thailand, Japan, Asian countries. I want Newcastle to be a big, big name over there in future years as well. Maybe if we win a title, who knows? So, like Alarid, I mean, any questions for Alarid, just find them in. I'm going to ask you a few questions as well. And before I do that, can you, for those who don't know you, what made you support Newcastle United and why? For those that just don't know.
Brilliant. Actually, we are fan support huge for Premier League and Champions League. But before, we didn't have that coverage. We don't have podcasting of the games much, just the Champions League. But it's the start with Alan Shearer. England play against Saudi Arabia in 1998. So Alan Shearer, the name was in Saudi newspaper called the Riyadiyya, which means sport. And they translating the news of England to the Saudi, or to the Arabi, in the Middle East. So they were saying that comparing Alan Shearer to the Saudi players I like, which is named Tamil Jabir. So I come to mind, okay, Alan Shearer, where is Alan Shearer? And at that time we have PlayStation 1. Sony PlayStation 1, you know, FIFA, when we play FIFA that time, I was looking for where is Alan Shearer playing, and it was in Newcastle. So I start with the PlayStation, playing with Newcastle and these video games, and I get attached for the team by then. And also we really like the Champions League. So basically we're supporting every team in England, but my priority is Newcastle.
Good man, good man. You made the right choice there, Alarid, and I says that every time to you as well. Great fan base, great city. It's just going to get bigger and bigger. We are a boom club as well. And got some questions to use as well. I mean, it's going to be that Alarid is third as well. First of all, what is your goal of the season for this season?
Goal of the season. There is many goals. But I have two choice. Is that okay? Two choice.
Go for it.
Jacob Murphy, screamer against Tottenham.
Yeah.
When he was shocked. It was a really amazing goal. The shot in the box. Jacob Murphy goal. This is my number one choice. Second goal, Sean Longstaff away in Southampton. Semi-final of Carabao Cup. It was really emotional, and we guarantee us to go to the final. And I remember after that goal, a lot of booking to the trains and buses to go to Wembley.
That is fantastic. Good choice. Mine's will be the best goal of the season will be ASM's against Wolves on the volley.
Oh, yeah.
But that's pure technique there. And you got Miggy's goal against Fulham as well, away. That's a cracking goal. He scored some crackers this season, Miggy, by the way. I can't lie. And Jacob Murphy's goal against Tottenham, yeah, that's up there as well. And you got Isaac skill cross from Murphy, that lovely, lovely skill. You know what it is, right? I mean, I'm not going to lie. There's been about 69 goals being scored for Newcastle. And we've been absolutely fantastic as well. So, yeah, let's keep going. And, you know, let's see if we get some more goals next season. Lots of them. Save of the season.
Of course, it must be the Leicester one. Nick Bob, last 5 minutes. He was resting the whole game, but the last 5 minutes we get Madison, I think, assist, and I think Jimmy Vardy, if I recall, the one saved it. I really had a huge palpitation that time. It was really the save of the season against Leicester.
Yeah, got one for Leslie. Don't know if the noise or lack of noise around a player makes much difference. I just hope we continue our success in the transfer market. And Anne said, gone quiet on Rinkovic Savage as well. That's gone quiet as well. And Jules says, all the good players want Arsenal, Man U, etc. Let's see what really happens. All it is, Jules, right? There's some proper journalists out there, like Football London's one of them, right? I don't trust that newspaper as far as I can remember, right? Because there's they got young journalists there trying to make it big. They're not good enough. The one guy I believe in the transfer deals is Fabrizio Romano every single time. He is the best for transfers as well. Go and follow Fabrizio Romano. That guy is absolutely brilliant, and he normally gets it right 90% of the time. And got one from Newcastle targeting young talents for now and future. I agree with Ali Reid. If right players comes in, we can race for the title. Ferran Torres, Soboslai, Mitchell Bakker, Pierre Schurz for now, and Yakaminte for the future. Mikkel Bakker, for me, I don't rate that guy. He's okay. I just don't rate him. He's not good enough. I really don't. Too many injuries for me. Ferran Torres, yes, I take him. He's a really good player. I thought he's been unlucky against Man City. And for Man City, Schurz is a decent defender for Torino. I think that guy is a really, really talented kid. He really is. But Torino wants to keep on for another year before moving him on, unless a 25 million market value is met as well. And let's go on to Alan, to you. How many players will Newcastle need to sign this season, Ali?
Well, this is dependent on Eddie Howe and then Ashworth. But for me, I really think we need. I'm not really sure. When I said left back, I think Dan Burn doing great, but he need a left back to help him if he's not convinced with target. So he need a left back, not because Burn doesn't do well, but for at least for substitution. We need left winger because we can't depend on Almiron the whole season, and we have Champions League games. We will have a lot of games in the same week, so we need really stash of players. So, but definitely we need players in midfielder, defensive midfielder, playmaker. So I could say that we're gonna spend 200 million, I believe, and it's gonna be like 4 to 5 a player, and of course maybe some players for future as well.
Yeah, I mean you linked in so many players as well. And, just we have to see what happens. I mean, the Yaku Mintier could be a first signer for Odense in Denmark as well. He's been raved about. But don't call him Gambian Messi, because there's only one Messi and it's not him. Jules got a question. It's not a question, but she still remember there's London Adventure missing this transport home. I remember, I heard that. You missed the transport home.
You mean Brighton when I get lost?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, this is... I wish if I can delete this and be on Newcastle fans' mind, but I can't, unfortunately.
Yeah, man. So we've got one here. The first player you'd like to see comment is Soboslai. I tell you what, he is a talent. That guy is really good. Set piece, fantastic. Free kicks, fantastic. That guy could go a long way, destined to the very top as well. Your match of the season.
Match of the season. There is, of course, a lot of games, but I really like Arsenal games away, 0-0, because we really stop Arsenal at their best.
Yeah. And we got a bit of ban on there. Is that again? Sorry.
Arsenal 0-0, the away game.
Yeah. We
stopped Arsenal, and Arsenal was amazing that time. They have great performance at their best, and we stopped them, and they first points they lose on Emirates Stadium was against us.
Yeah, absolutely. Arsenal 0-0. I mean, Arsenal thought they could have a penalty and they didn't. But we were absolutely frustrating that night. You know what I mean? I mean, all the Arsenal fans were saying that we were poor that day. We just didn't come out and play football at all whatsoever. But at the end of the day, I mean, it is what it is. What do you expect us to do? Come and roll over? Eddie had done a spot-on job. I asked myself the question, has he got a plan B? And answers that question on that night, yes, he has. MOT Spurs at home, no question. Yeah, match against Spurs, yeah. 6-1. What a performance by Newcastle on that day. Let's go on to the next one. Your young player of the season. And who's impressed you?
Well, if this is in play on someone get promoted from team under 23 to the first team, I will say Anderson. But if you mean a younger player in the squad, it's going to be Sven Botman.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that guy could defend properly. He's a Rolls Royce at the back. He reads the game so well. He's so calmness on the ball. and his tackle's superb as well. This guy, and I said this last night, that he can play for any club in Europe: Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barca, Man City. That guy, he is so good. He is the best defender I have seen for a long, long time. In fact, since Jonathan Woodgate, and I've seen some better defenders around as well. Jonathan Woodgate's one of them. This guy eclipsed a lot. Really, really does. And for me, I've seen him play. Alongside Fabian Schär, those two at the back are like a rock. And I tell you what, as well, next season, they're going to get better.
I think, John, just adding in addition to the player we get, I think the issue we have now is the weekly wages. Weekly wages, I think, situation, it's not helping us much to get the player we want.
That is
because Zomblai, the Hungarian player, he wants 190,000 per week.
He wants 190k a week to come to Newcastle. 190k to come to play for Newcastle.
Yes, this is according to Lee Reader.
Well, good luck with that. Breaking news, right? According to Aaron Lead, that this is almost like was 190k a week to come to play for Newcastle United. And I tell you what, he's not even on 50k at Leipzig. I'm telling you, that is down to his agent at the end of the day. So I tell you what, if he asks that, he's going to price himself out of the mood, because Bruno G wants 200k a week. He's going to get that. He's asking 190k a week. Tell us your thoughts in the comments, please. 190k a week. Good luck with that, my guy. Good luck with that. And that's all I'm saying on that. Tomori will be awesome. He has had the best of seasons, Jules, if I want to, but he's a good defender. He really is a fantastic defender, 110%. Go back to Leslie's question. Is it easy to watch Newcastle games, Saudi Arabia?
Well, now I can say it's getting easier now. Not like before. Now, yes, because the sponsor of Newcastle, they are providing this service. There is a place and the priority for games is for Newcastle.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, I'll tell you what, it's just good to see the games as well. And they got all this piracy sorted out, which is great. So, yeah, absolutely brilliant. I'm glad all the Saudis watching Newcastle United, which is brilliant. Thank you, Leslie. Got one here for Jules. Bruno is so glad to get 200k if he signs that new deal. 110%, 110%. And don't forget to click the like, subscribe. Thank you very much indeed, Jules. I appreciate that, and share your socials too. Post Lobersly, give him a long contract, but 190k a week. I ain't so sure. I mean, at the end of the day, he's priced himself out if he does that. And good afternoon to JK. I hope you're good, mate. I hope you're having a good day. And let's go on to the next one. We said about the match of the season, young player season. Who is your player of the season?
Well, this is also a hard question, because most of the players, they have great time of the year. Almiron have his time, Willock, Wilson, Isaac. But I believe I can give it to Dan Bairn, because he was playing the whole game, a great performance, and he always give 200%, always. So that's why I can say Dan Bairn.
Yeah, good choice. Dan Bairn's your player of the season. Wow. I tell you what, that's the first. But I tell you what, he's had a good season, by the way. I can't lie. He had a really good season. I mean,
yeah, because we are talking about the whole season, not just 10 games or 20 games.
The whole season. I mean, what it is, right, it's just basically Dan Bairn. I mean, is he my left back? Not on the permanently, but he's done the job. He does the job, but we need a left back to actually play left back. And
yeah, and he titled this with the goal against Brighton. It was an amazing goal.
Wasn't it just great header as well? Beautiful header. Let's go on to excuse me. Let's go on to John. I'm good as well, mate. And Soboslai has his only good stats, so I would pay him to ES22, 190k a week. I think that's his agent asking for that kind of money. Probably because they know they can make a lot of money in the Premier League. Apparently, well, after Turkish Messi, 18-year-old Arda Güler. I watched this guy. He plays for Fenerbahce, a team. He is 16. He has everything. He is the real deal. And I tell you what, I think if you can get him, that'd be fantastic. He looks a real talent, and that's all you can say about this guy. talk about the season, moments of the season.
Moment of the season.
Yeah.
There is two moments. That the gathering in Trafalgar Square and before the Carabao Cup, the whole fans in Trafalgar Square in London, and Jimmy Robin and Merdad was there in the crowd. They are hiding in the crowd. This really was a great moment, and it wouldn't get better unless if we get the title. But hopefully next season. Second, I think the last referee whistle against Leicester that we guarantee going to Champions League. I believe I looked at the faces of the players. They just finally catch the breath. He was celebrating in St. James's. This was really great moment.
Yeah, I think that's a great moment as well for me. It's the war flags, war flags. Absolutely fantastic. Our lead. I mean, if you go in the stadium, do the war flags for 10 minutes and that before the players comes out. Absolutely amazing. Big up to war flags, by the way. They've done a wonderful job. And I tell you what, let's hope we get more of that next season. And I think that'd be brilliant.
Yeah, they can't wait for Champions League games and St. James's as well.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be awesome. And I'll be going to the games as well. And if I kind of get a day off, I'll find a way. If we get Minty and Gullah, they'll probably go out on loan, and we need improvements for the first team. Probably not Gullah. I think he'll stay for me. And as for Minty, I think he'll be away on loan to us. That's just my opinion. But at the end of the day, I think Gullah is a young lad, 18 years of age. That would be brilliant if we can get him. He looks like a baller. He really does. I mean, I never heard of this guy. I never heard of this Gullah. Have you heard of Gullah? Never heard of this guy.
Gullah?
Yeah, Gullah. Arda Gullah from Fenerbahce.
Actually, no. I just hear them with the news like everyone. But it's good to have these players because some of these talent, you just needed a season or two to prime. So we good to have them earlier with less amount of money. And we can loan them as we did with Karen Cole to loan them to the teams in other leagues, so that we can either we sell them to get more money, or if he that good, we have them in the squad. So it's a great tactics.
Yeah, good answer. Good answer. Does anyone know if youth players are counted in FFP calculations?
No, but they have to be. So. No, but they have to sign with them and with fair to the contract deals. They have to sign the player with the rules, and I think it will not be included.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I mean, let's talk about Paul Dummett. Could be signed on a 1-year loan deal. One more year at Newcastle as a homegrown. I mean, my opinion, I think he needs to be away because he'd be a waste of squad space. And so players like Lascelles as well. Would you get rid of players? I mean, we said on Thursday that we need to get rid of 6-7 players out. Contract players needs to be moved on, plus Ryan Fraser as well.
Well, I like about Eddie Howe, he said earlier that he liked the unity of the team, and he doesn't want to ruin this. So Eddie Howe, if he will bring a new player, he is hardly let any player go. So he respects the player's wishes if he want to stay. But if a player will come to Newcastle, he have to let one go, or at least be out of the list. So maybe he stay in the club, but out of the list or the squad for the season. Dummett, Lascelles, they all do great jobs for Newcastle. All respect. For me, I really admire Jamal Lascelles. He gives to us really for the best years. But if now we have to think of the future, and even the player, he have to think the future. Because for me, Jamal Lascelles, he deserves really to be. I would be happy to see him play in the starting lineup for in Premier League, or maybe in the top team in the Championship, because he really deserves to play. So I don't think that staying at this age, staying at the bench is good choice for him. But this is really up to him. But the good thing about Eddie Howe, he doesn't let any player go easily. if he have a new signing, some player must leave. And unfortunately, and this is life. What to do? This is happen everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely right. Can totally agree, because you need to get rid of the players out of contract. Plus, Ryan Frears, Jamal Lascelles, in my opinion. Yeah, and you need to get in better players coming through, especially in the Champions League. And we can do that. I'll be happy to get rid of 8 players and bring in 5 for quality. Do you know what I mean? Because we don't need players that are out of contract. It's a waste of the squad space for me. Ryan Frears is a waste of time. He needs to be away as well. So just my opinion. Lads, how would you sign a centre back in the summer? For me, 100%. And I tell you what, I'll go for. I mean, that Kevin Danso looks a fantastic player for Lens. That guy has got a Master Desai all over him as well. He is absolutely fantastic. And but the problem is, though, Lens also in the Champions League as well. So I don't think they're going to let him go this season. And that's the problem. Money talks at the end of the day. And John, can you ask Alan Reid? Is this cap of Stevie Charlton? Big up, Mark, by the way.
Sorry, I did get it.
Yeah, did you get that cap? What are you wearing? Off Stevie
this
Charlton?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one I get it from Newcastle. Yeah, because I'm a fan of Thomas Shelby and this shows, and I find it cool, and
it suits you. It suits you.
Yeah, I really like it, and and a lot of fans in Saudi Arabia watch me and buy it already, so they like this style. So sometimes I wear Saudi thobe and this, so it's combined by Newcastle look and Saudi look. But I bought it from Newcastle, but I forget the shop. It was near, not far from St. James Park.
That is fantastic. It suits you, Alan. You could have got us on as well, man. Do you know what I mean? I tell you what, you look like Del Boy with that cap on. Do you know what I mean? Del Boy or Del Alan Reid. Yes. Bless you. You look good. Stella. Richie and Dovic should go. We had the D4 club ground, and Dovic has to leave at some point anywhere. For me personally, I think he needs to be away. Obviously, a great servant, but one game in 2 years, that is not good. When Bruno signs an extension with us, we will then be getting players at 200k a week if financial fair play allows us. Or do you think we will get players under 200k a week wages? If Szoboszlai wants 190k a week, then I would say good luck at that, because I just don't think he's going to get it. I really don't. But he's on something like 40k a week at Leipzig, 50k a week. But for me, would you pay 190k a week in Szoboszlai? Because we're just going to get 200k.
Okay, this is it's very hard situation. It's both way. They have good and bads. For example, if you bring, for example, Bruno, and he was fine with I don't know. I think he getting 120 maybe k per week, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if he have a condition before we sign him, and he said I want 170, for example, and if Newcastle says no, other teams will pick Bruno. So Newcastle now what doing? They are doing to give this fixed minimum wages, maximum wages, about 120, 130.
Mm-hmm.
So if the player give it all in the season and they play very good, they will talk to him to raise the wages of every week. They will give him increase. So Newcastle doesn't want to sign every player with highly wages, because later on, if he do good, you need to increase the wages. And if he play not well played, you can't decrease his wages, and sometimes you will find hard time to sell the players. So that's why Newcastle try to give the maximum they can, so 120.
Yeah.
And if you play very good in the season, we can sign it. We can upgrade the contract. This is a great policy. But what is the negative about this? If he wants a player like Szoboszlai, 190 he wants, other teams will get the players, and you will lose this chance to sign the players. Madison, for example, he went to Newcastle, but again, the issue it's gonna be the weekly wages. If Arsenal or Liverpool give him more wages, probably he will go to them. So this fixed wages make some players we wanted not coming to Newcastle. So this is like a balance. But now, as we speak with the reader earlier this week, we feel that we really need to change this a bit. We have something called like Champions League wages.
Yeah, that is the thing. They know in the Champions League, they might think we're rich. They might think, oh, we could pay over the odds, etc. Well, you understand it. You play for the badge first, and the fans will move the back of your shirt. It's as simple as that. Do your stuff first. Don't chase the money. Let the money chase you. That's my opinion. Ryan Fraser, Jamal Lascelles, Dummett, Rankido Ritchie, and one goalkeeper needs to get rid of. Plus Murphy as well, by the way. Plus Kieran Clark as well. Get rid of them as well. Hi to Luca. Hope you're good, mate. You can add Enric and Hayden in that list. Eddie has already said there's no place in the squad for them as well. So, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, so we're going to talk about Eddie Howe. And he's been superb this year. He really has. How far can he go? I mean, I had someone, I think it was someone the other day said that Eddie Howe wasn't really the first, he's just like a stopgap, yeah? But he's not going to be a stopgap now, really. He's got to be here for as long as he wants, like, you know.
Yes, and the great about Eddie Howe, for me, I'm not really thrilled about his collection of a player he signed. I'm not really thrilled, but the result speaks for him. So he have doing great result. So we have to respect the players he chosen.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough. And
for me, I want Osimhen, I want Barella. I think if we get 3 players, we can get them for 200. I think we can get them, but it's gonna be like structure. He really want to fit the players for his tactics. So we can't blame him for that.
Yeah, absolutely. What centre backs do you think you should get as you need a centre one for depth to cover for Shah and Botman? For me, I'm going to do my 3 defenders on the content as well. Also, I'm going to keep them under wraps. I might have mentioned one already, but I'm going to keep those 3 under wraps. So who's your defender would be? If I give you 50 mil, 60 mil, which defender would you buy?
Well, actually, I didn't give it much thought, but there is a lot of young defenders. So we need young defender, I believe. So he will be in the future replacing Shah. Botman, we have Botman. We need a young talent. So maybe Kim Min-jae from Napoli. Maybe he's a great. There is a lot of, and also Kim Min-jae. He's, I think, from Korea or Japan.
Yeah, South Korean.
South Korean. So we need really to advertise the club in the Asia. So we need really get players from Asia. So I think this is a win-win situation if we get Kim Min-jae, and it's good to be young so that we have him for a long time.
Yeah. Well, for me, if I was given 50 million quid to buy a defender, I mean, like I said, I'm going to keep it under wraps as well. I mean, I could choose Kevin Dance or Kimi Ye, and that's the 2 defenders I definitely get. Yeah. And probably one more as well. And it's just absolutely, those 2 defenders are absolutely amazing. And I'll do in depth as well at some stage as well. If you want high quality players, the wage will be higher. And Barnes, for instance, has 100k a week now, and I think he'll want 150k minimum as well. The thing is, though, you have to pay for English premium though, tools. That is the thing. English players got to ask for the premium as well, even though most ain't worth that sort of money a week. Yeah, you can get like Bruno. We've got Bruno Guimaraes. Yeah, and when he came, I think it's on 100k a week.
I think you mean Bruno?
Bruno, hi.
I think 120, 130. I think.
Yeah, I think he's on that a week. I mean, him and Trippier are the highest paid earners as well. Isak's on 100k a week, and it's just all these Premier League players. I mean, it just gets so much money as well. I mean, you have to pay like 200k a week. If you look at Harry Maguire, he must be on about 200k a week. Yeah, Declan Rice is going to command about 200k a week if he goes to Arsenal eventually. So all these wages in the Premier League, right? Let's be real, right? Some are worth it and some are not.
Yes, that's why Newcastle doing this policy. If he good enough, we will increase the wages. But we don't want to bring everybody with high wages and we'll get stuck later. So now, for example, if we agree, let's see if we are in decision me and you, John, which player you think he need to really increase his wages? For me, I could say Willock, maybe Willock, Almiron. So if you maybe 4 or 5 players. So this is better than getting everybody with high wages, and you will be stuck with him, as we said earlier. And if he doing greater, you can't increase his wages. And if he play, if he doesn't play good, you can't sell him. So it's a balance. It's a great policy for Newcastle. But the negative thing is that we can't have a priority when signing players. For example, Somblai, if Real Madrid or Barcelona, okay, come, we'll give you 200K, so he will go definitely to them. So this is the thing.
Yeah.
So, but it's good. It's good to guarantee the player performance, like Bruno. Okay, now Bruno, we want you. You deserve really to get whatever you want for weekly wages. So it's very hard situation, but I think this is a policy, because if you break the policy, you will break it every time.
100%. I mean, we were linked to Neymar about a month ago, right? And apparently he's on 700K a week. Let me just be clear: Newcastle are not going to pay 700K for a player. He has so much injuries, and for a 31-year-old, right? It's not going to happen. It's just no way, because he's going to upset the dressing room. We don't need circus at all. We don't need circus at all in our squad.
Yeah, and especially John, for players who didn't play in Premier League, maybe he will not be succeed.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll go to Brazil. He'll go to Brazil for an international game as well. And when he comes back, he's going to be knackered. When he comes back, he's not going to get in the side. No, I wouldn't have him. There's just no way. Not a chance. It's great in the past, but I would not be paying that sort of money. No way. Barnes isn't premium by any standards. He's a good player. That's also Szoboszlai, 190K sounds good to me. I'll tell you, if he gets it, good luck. And Henrik and Henry Clark Murphy agreed to get rid of about Mbacker Johnny, 6'2", can play left back, centre back, and also left mid. That's Eddie Howe, likes multi-positions. I'm not sure. I don't think he'd be my player, but that'd be my. I wouldn't have him, but I could do better. Does Alan Reid think ASM will leave in the summer? Do you think he'll be leaving Newcastle at the end of the season?
No, I think he will stay for one season, because he have injuries. So I think it's good for Maximin to play a good season, and after that season, for example, if he play very good and he have his position in the starting lineup, so this will keep him stay. But if he failed to have this position, and he's ready and he have no injuries and he have good fitness, of course he is gonna leave.
Yeah,
but I think he will stay for one season and give the best, and we'll see at 10.
Yeah, the thing is, right, I'm going to give ASM one more chance this season to show us that he's a great player. And the thing is, he's got the dribble, he's got all the ability. The problem is, he hasn't got an end product. That is the thing. And I don't care what anyone say, right? He has not got an end product. Yeah, and I tell you what, as well, I think he needs to wise up when Eddie Howe plays him. Yes, he's got injuries, I get it, but at the end of the day, I think my personal feelings that we are going to get a left side midfielder. I think he needs competition, if I'm honest. You know what I mean? Look, there's no competition on the left hand side for him. Do you want to
Yes, Maximin. I think he will leave. I think he will have a chance for 1 year. But the thing is, the style of play of Eddie Howe still doesn't suit him. He likes spaces. He likes counter attack. Remember when he was the star of the team with Steve Bruce? He was playing counter attack very well. He have much great goals. But unfortunately, his style of play doesn't fit with Eddie Howe style of play. This is the thing. So either he really need to fit to the style of the play of Eddie Howe, so he can, so both can win and both we can really have him, because he's a really great talent.
Yeah, he's got the talent, he's got the ability, but he needs to do more, a lot more. He's 26 years old now, right? And he's got the world at his feet. But this is why, Aloid, he'll never get in the French national team. It's just no way. He'll never, ever get in the French national side. Whether he plays well or not, he just won't. There's better players in front of him.
Yes, like, for example, 2 years ago, he was nominated to France team, but now no, because he he got injured and he got maybe extra weight. Fitness doesn't like before, so sometimes the style of his play make him get a lot of injuries. And but I think if I recall the final against Manchester United in the Carabao, I think he was the best player, Maxima. So I think still he still have it, and he still can really do great. He just need the chance, and he need to really get 100% fitness.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the players that got right now he's in position. Right, you got players like Kingsley Coleman as well, Dembele, and then Cuckoo can play wide. He can play wide on the left, his second strike as well, and Mbappe as well. And you got Miani, you got Turan can play left as well, plays up front. He's got no chance of getting into the French national side. It's just no way.
Well, let's wait and see it. Things can be changed.
Nah, no way. And John, if our players finished their dinner, Eze would have had 15 to 20 assists. He should have had 3 against West Ham. Absolutely, no question about that. His end product is not just about finding the net and making the pass. That, yeah, that's the thing. He's absolutely right. Kamal's absolutely correct. I'm not criticizing him, but I'm just being honest. I'm just judging the games I've seen, if you know what I mean. But you're not allowed to have a go at ASM, you know. You're not allowed to have a go at him. But
I had interview a French journalist, and she said that she advises Maximin, if he have no place for him in the first squad in Newcastle, he need to get to France and have a season there, so maybe he can find himself back again.
Yeah, could be right, but which French going to buy him? PSG maybe? Probably not. PSG, Marseille, or even Lille. They could the ones could the clubs can go to, like, you know what I mean? But I kind of see him leaving Newcastle United. Not this season, he won't. I just can't see it. I think he wants to be here for the Champions League. And after all that time, then I mean, what can you do? A bit of news as well that reports in Germany that Szoboszlai is not committed to stay at Leipzig at all whatsoever, and also reports from the German outlets as well that you know, he could be open to move to Newcastle. So please don't quote us on that, guys. This is what the German newspapers are saying. He's open to a move. I could open it up, and it just won't let us open it up at all whatsoever. But so I think that could be absolutely great. But he's open to move to Newcastle, and he knows about the interest as well. And he was asked a question, and he made a statement saying, "If I can now take a step towards the 5 or 6 best clubs in Europe, should I say no to this challenge? I've never been like that. However, the price tag may be a stumbling block from Newcastle, and they will try and negotiate for a lower fee for Szoboszlai. Right, his market value is 70 million euros, 60 million English quid, right? And Newcastle, I think they pay that, but they say that could be a problem. They're going to try and reduce to a lower fee. Well, Leipzig are difficult people to deal business with. You know what I mean? You either pay the money or just move on."
Yeah, I think if the Newcastle reached the point when he needs just 2 or 3 players, they will break the wages later that time. But now we really need half lineup at least. So it's very, and we have a lot of players, as you said, Domit and the lads who really need to, they give their maximum to the club, and they need to find some club really need them. So I think when we reach that level, we can break the wages and we can break the big signing, because for financial fair play, we can sign a player with 100 million or 200 million. This can be later when we need we need 2 players to add value to the club. But now we have a lot of players we need, so we can't really break the wages for 5 or 6 players. We can't do that, really.
No, it's 1 goal, 24 games, 5 assists, 1 goal.
Yeah, this season is bad for Maxi, but I think next season he will be better, and who knows, maybe he will do great in Champions League, maybe against the French teams. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Ferran Torres, if we can get Ferran Torres to sign, I will not have a chance for the first 11 unless he can play the club's games. I tell you what, though, he's been linked with us as well for Torres, yeah, but he wants to stay at Barca. But yeah, anything can happen. We linked to so many names as well. And I just hope that things get sorted out as well very, very soon. But yeah, so what do you expect from Newcastle next season? Do you think you're going to challenge for the title next season? Do you think you're going to finish top? Do you think top 3? Do you think you're going to be ambitious?
Well, now the minimum now expectation for Newcastle is to be in top 4 again and go to semi-finals or final of the other leagues, other cups like FA or Carabao, and at least pass the group stage of Champions League, or take a third and go to Europe League and go like for quarter final or semi-final of Europe League. I think this is the minimum expectation. It's depends what the club's goal. And club goal this season was going to Carabao final, and we achieved that. And the top 4 we achieved that. And so it's depend really on what is the plan is. So we need numbers. Unfortunately, more than we need numbers, much more than the quality. So we need numbers, so we can play in Champions League, we can play in the FA Cup. We can, for example, this season we lost to Sheffield Wednesday in FA Cup because we don't have rotation players good enough rotation players. So we need now numbers of players so they can tolerate the many games next season. So if you want title, also you need squad. You want to play in the Champions League and go for other, you need a squad. So we need 6 players at least. So we really can have, so really we can have a try.
Jules saying he's tired of people saying A's isn't good enough and making me not watch many podcasts. No, what it is, Jules, right? I mean, you're not having a go, but we just have to be honest with our assessments. That's what we're here for, making honest opinions. That's all it is. That's not having a go. But I said earlier that I'll give him another season. Like, we need to give him another season to see what he does. Yeah. And I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. Yeah. And if he's match fit, I think you've got to have a cracking player on our hands. Do you know what I mean? But end of the day, we've got to be honest on our assessment sort of thing. But Eddie, if whatever Eddie decides to do with ASM, I will back him 110%, 110%. I've never at once said that he's crap, not once. But his ability is there. For me, top 3 in the cup run, that's from Alan. Top 5 to make Champions League next year. So that don't mean I want to finish 5th. I want to finish at 3rd next season. I want to go for a title charge next season. Get the players in who are good enough to make a title charge. And we're going to be there about. We haven't won the league since 1927. We haven't won the Domestic Cup since 1955. We haven't won the European Cup since 69. That's the first cup in 69. 54 years is a long time for Newcastle United not to win a trophy. So, imagine the cup run. ASM's class. I don't want him to leave us. I think he'll be really shining this season in the league and European stage. Justin JK. Yeah. You know what? If he stays, I'll support him. I'll support any player 120%. And because things though, I don't play for Newcastle United. You don't play for Newcastle United. Whoever puts the black and white shirt on, runs on that pitch, I represent them 120% every time. When ASM didn't pass, he was bad. Now he goes back, passes, still people on his back. Really feel sorry for ASM, to be honest. And yeah, I don't like players. Fans giving players stick. Not really. I don't. Let's hopefully against Man U. 4 to 5 players singing and top 3 finish, 1 cup winner, at least Carabao Cup next season. My expectation and Cenk. And let's chant to Alan as well. Yeah, I mean, PC is coming up soon. We're in America. And hopefully, are you going to go to America, Amalite?
Well, I will try. I try that.
You try. Good man. Good man. I love to go to America. I can't do it though, I'm afraid. But probably next season, at the pre-season, I may go to that one as well, wherever it may be. It is safe to move off the who player, please. Thank you, Jules. Right, we're going to wrap up there, by the way. We've done for another hour. Yeah, it's been a long while. And what are your plans today, Ali?
My plans today?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, yeah, tomorrow I have to work, but usually I am active in TikTok now, doing shows. I have shows in TikTok for transfers. So yeah, because TikTok is now have big run here in Saudi Arabia and the Middle East, and I'm doing now my shows and also Twitter Spaces. I like to do either a show or being hosted by great shows like yours, John.
Yeah.
And yes, and today is my wife's birthday, so we'll have quite yeah they have a quiet evening with her at late night today. So tonight, so
cool.
this is what I'm doing.
Fantastic. And
A
did
lot
you
of
enjoy
things,
coming? And did you enjoy coming on my show today?
Of course, really enjoying, and also I would like to have you and as our routine for Champions League talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Champions League tunes coming out very, very soon. And, you know, we're in the big time, top four. And all these people, all the Premier League, didn't want us in the top four. They don't want us at the top six, the so-called big six. Here we are. We've rattled quite a few people as well. So where can we find you, Ali Reid, on your socials, mate?
Well, I am everywhere. I am in TikTok. I am in YouTube. I am in Twitter. My Twitter is Alwaleed Al Dibasi, and I have TikTok also Alwaleed Dibasi, YouTube Alwaleed Dibasi, so Snapchat Alwaleed Dibasi, so everywhere.
Fantastic. Links in the description as well on the Twitter account as well. And he will follow you. If you follow him, he'll follow you back. I know he said follow you then. I shouldn't say that. Follow you back. And it's got to be a collab for the Champions League. Yes, please. I would love that as well. Like what he's going to do a live show, and then I could join in and do a collab as well to share as well. That'd be brilliant. And thanks to the chat as well for Leslie. Thank you for the guys supporting our lead. And if you like the video, please like, subscribe, and also I'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna think of a show to do, maybe something different. It could be the transfer show. It could be something really different for you to enjoy. And I will do backstage. Thanks so much for coming in and for the chat as well. And enjoy the FA Cup and what you decide to do. And take care, guys. Speak to you soon.